Hey, and welcome to this tutorial on how to make an outline material in Unreal 4 and 5. This tutorial was made in 4.27 and it's actually an effect that I use in my current project, Button Pop. I'm currently working on a game called Button Pop. It's a mashup between an idle, a tower defense and a button masher game where you are the main button and you have to defend yourself against all the little jealous buttons coming to get you. I actually used this outline post-process material in Button Pop itself, so if you are interested, go check out my other videos and devlogs. I would really appreciate any feedback as well from you guys, and I just really want to see what you guys think. So let's get into this. Okay, so let's make an outline material. We're going to use a post-process material to make this, so if we right-click Make a Material and name this outline _M, and we'll just open this guy up like that, and we need to set this to the right type of material. So if we go to material domain and chuck that into a post-process type and go all the way down to the bottom, and under blendable location we want to set that to before tone mapping. Sweet. So now we need to right click and type in blur sample, and we'll find blur sample offsets, and this will be the base of our material going forward. So off of this guy here, if we type in sample scene depth, and we'll duplicate this 4 times, just like that. And we just need to, neaten this up a wee bit, and we'll stick one just above here at the moment. Okay, so we just need to connect these guys up now. So if we just stick these into the pixel offsets, just like that, and create a 2 vector up here off of this. So if we click 2 and click your mouse at the same time, stick that in there, and off of pixel offset from here, if we multiply this by -4 for now, we just need to add these guys up now. So if we create an add and duplicate this another 3 times, and we just simply add these guys together, add these guys together, add these guys together, and then finally add these guys together. Let's tidy that up a wee bit. And we're going to have to set a parameter here too. So this is the thickness. This will be the thickness of the outline. So if we create a parameter and call this outline thickness, I just set this to 1 for now. Oops. Like that. Just connect that up. And we drag out here, and we will type in abs. So we're going to absolute the value, and we'll multiply that, and then power. Power. And this will just give us a little bit more control over how it looks in the end. We'll just make a little parameter here out of multiply and call it outline amount, and we'll set that to 0.1, and out of here we'll make another parameter and we'll call this outline power. And we'll set that to 2 for now, and we'll saturate this just for safety, just in case. Cool. So we've pretty much got it, but we just need to get rid of the background. So what we'll do is we'll right click and create a scene depth, and we're going to have to divide this by a really large number. So we divide this by 8192, and we flip it by creating a 1 minus, and then we saturate that. And we want to multiply this into the base value here. So if we create a multiply, let me just just multiply them together. Cool, sweet. So we've got an actual outline now, which is looking pretty nice. But we're going to use this black and white value as a mask to go between your scene render and this outline. So if we right click and we type in scene, and you'll find scene texture, and we're going to want to set this to post-process input 0. And if we drag off of this and we type in mask and create a component mask, and we just want to mask this to the RGB value, like that. And we want to create a lerp, linear interpolate, right there. And we're going to stick this one into the A. Just push this up a wee bit just to kind of tidy up, like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a 3 vector. So if you click 3 and then left click on your mouse and convert this to a parameter, and we're going to call this outline color, like that. And we're going to stick this one into B. And before we put this into the alpha, we're going to multiply this, put that into the alpha, and we're going to use the alpha channel from the outline color as a way to sort of control how strong this effect is on the render. So if we just put this guy into the emissive, and it's a wee bit thin there, but it is actually outlining that. So let's just check the scene and see how it looks. Apply and save, and we'll right click, make a material instance. And if you just find your post-process volume and go down to post-process materials, click the little plus sign and make an asset reference and just drag that guy in. Start to see your scene as outline on everything. Sick. It's pretty cool. And if you go into your material, just open this guy up here, like that, and you go to your thickness, you can control how thick it is and the color, which is pretty cool. Nice. I'll just put that back default for now. If you are just looking for a sort of overall basic outline effect, this is pretty much all you need, and it will just affect the entire world. But if you need this to just affect specific objects, we'll get into that now. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is use custom depth to pick out certain objects for this to affect, if you want it to specifically affect things, rather than it being the whole world. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here, I'm going to right click, and you're going to type in scene texture, and we're going to set this to custom stencil. So now we're going to drag out and divide this by 255, like that. We're going to mask this like before, but this time we're just going to do it to the red value, and then we're going to drag out again, and we're going to type in bit mask, and just make sure this is in the bit mask and not the bit itself. And now we're just going to make a 1 vector, stick it into there. And for this tutorial, I'm going to use 2, but you can go all the way up to, I think, 256, 255, something like that. And this will be our mask. So if we go before the saturate here, and we multiply this, like this, like that, apply, save. We go back into our scene, you'll notice nothing's outlined. But if we go to this, like an object or this effect, and we go down to custom depth, we type in custom depth, turn on that, and we type in our value that we have in our material, so it's 2. So 2. You'll see that it's only affecting this object. I'll just turn this up a wee bit so it's easier to see. Yeah, there you go. And it's only affecting this object. So if we you know, select this object here, turn on custom depth, and put this as 2, you'll see that it's outlining this object, but not this one. Now, that's pretty cool if you've got like a main character, and they need to be outlined, but you know, the rest of the world's maybe realistic. That works pretty well. But what happens if you've got like maybe an enemy attacking you and you need to outline them in, let's say, red? Well, what we can do is, in this material, I'll just bump things about a wee bit here, just for space. What we're going to do is we're going to make another mask. Like here. We're going to duplicate this guy. And we're going to say this is going to be 3, a value of 3. And this one is our black outline, like the sort of main one. And this is going to be the red outline. Okay. So first of all, we're going to add these together. Like that. And we're going to saturate this for safety. And we're going to replace this one here with this into the multiply, so that the world is picking out these objects, like both of these objects combined. And then we're going to have to use this guy as a mask to change the color here. So if we just shoot these guys a wee bit about the space, and in here we create a 3 vector, just like before. You can make this a parameter so it can be a different color, but I'm just going to make it red at the moment, like that. And we create a lerp, like that. And we connect the red one, or the enemy one, into the B, and we connect your main color into the A. And the alpha, we need to connect all the way over here into the red outline, like that. And this guy here is going to replace the B channel here. Sweet. So let's just see how that looks in the world now. So again, let's say this ball here is the enemy. So this is your main character, and this is the enemy. We turn on your custom depth, and we put this to 3. Notice it's got a red outline now. Sweet. And this can be activated in blueprints or something like that, or turned off. Maybe if they're like within range, or if they're attacking the player or something like that. So that's pretty cool. The only thing that might happen here is if you get to this point and you know these guys aren't showing up at all, or the whole world is looking a bit odd, that might be because your project settings aren't quite right. So if you go to your project settings and you type in custom depth, and under custom depth stencil pass, there should be like a little drop down. As standard, it's enabled. You need to change this to enabled with stencil. And what this does is it basically unlocks this sort of value here. So then you can kind of, you know, customize like who's what value, and you can have different colors on different objects and stuff like that. So yeah. Alright, so yeah, I think that's the end of this tutorial. If you guys need any help with this effect, or if you have an idea of what you'd like me to do a tutorial on next, leave a comment down below, and check out my devlogs that I've got on my channel for Button Pop if you guys are interested in the game. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys there. Bye!